Okay, hello guys, welcome to the Football Overseas YouTube channel. Sorry for being a bit delayed in this match preview and everything. And yeah, so it is Man United versus AC Milan. It is the last preseason game of the last preseason tournament before we head off to the season, and it is a game where between two European giants, and it is a game where I like to see a lot of changes, and we'll get on to the tournament to it. Let me share my thing and let me share what I've been working on. Before we start off, make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you like the stream and everything else, and I'll be starting it off right now. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, well, Man United versus AC Milan is being played in Poland. Last time we played in Poland was long ago. That was in mm, last time. Let me check. Yeah, last time Man United was in Poland was in 2021. So we're returning to Poland for the first time since 2021, and that was when we played against Villarreal. Yeah, in Gardenska, where we lost 11-10 in penalties. So we are returning back to Poland after that Europa League fixture, and now we're returning not as a competitive game, but we're returning as a pre-season game. So this is the last pre-season game between the two clubs of United and AC Milan. This means a lot to the players of Man United because number one, they're facing against the ex-manager Ruben Amorim, who didn't believe much in them. Some of these players were outcasted by Ruben Amorim, and yeah, some of these players were outcasted by Ruben Amorim, and some of these players were they saw their careers about to end under Ruben Amorim. So let's start off with this match preview. Before we start off, make sure you like the stream, subscribe to the channel, comment down in the thoughts. I'll be seeing the comment section, and yeah. So the first question I want to ask United fans is, and are we satisfied with the transfer window? Are we satisfied with how far the board is has backed to Michael Carrick? Are we satisfied? Because to be honest, if you ask me as a fan, I will say I'm not really. We have brought in people like Santos, yes, we have brought in people like Telsman, but we haven't replaced Casemiro replacement. We haven't found a backup left back. We haven't found a we still have the lot in the club. We still, the lot in the club. We still have the lot in the club. We still need a backup striker because as it looks like Sesko could be, yes, Sesko could be back, but Sesko's match fitness could be back after the September international break. That in terms of proper match fitness, we'll see a proper fully fit Sesko back then, and yeah, so I feel like we have underspent this summer window, and in term and we have spent, especially for a club that has just returned back into European competitions, we should have been going out there and we should have been behaving like how Liverpool is behaving. We should be targeting aggressively for our target, and also don't make me also forget that we also need a backup left back, left winger in Rashford as well. And we needed to let go of a lot of players, a lot of signings. Yeah. So we start off as well. So last season, United finished third place, and AC Milan finished fifth place in the Serie A. The venue is being played in the capital city of Poland. Last time we met AC Milan was in 2021. That was 5 years ago. and it was a 1-0 win for United at the San Siro, and we're playing them today at around later on. So this is a head-to-head against AC Milan. We have a strong head-to-head against AC Milan. In terms of we played them in the International Confederation playoffs or something like that, ISP, yeah. And that's when we won in penalties. Actually, in those two fixtures, we won the penalties 5-4 penalties win in California when we played them Cardiff Wells. That was in 2019. When we played them in 2018, we won 9-8 penalties, and it was both of them were close. 2018 was a low scoring draw. 2019 was high scoring draw. And the Europa League fixtures were low scoring matches for both sides, really. The most entertaining fixture or match between the two sides were when we first them in 2019. That was with the likes of Rooney guys, yeah. So our last five games has been our preseason games really. And yeah, the game against Leeds United, it has been a 1-1 draw, 5-4 win in penalties. That I was frustrated in the second half because first half I thought we missed too many chances where we could have been smashing Leeds, but we didn't take our chances. And then I know Bruno Fernandes scored an offside goal where and then Bruno Fernandes missed a penalty shootout where it was frustrating as well, and with the way the guy was acting. Also, I was also frustrated with Dalot, with how Dalot's tackle was. It was a good tackle outside the box, but if it was a mistiming, that could have given away a penalty there. So again, the centre backs were not that active against Leeds United, and I wasn't too impressed about Harry Amas' performances. I thought Harry Amas was quiet in that game against Leeds United. I thought Harry Amas was allowing his man to beat him in that game against Leeds United, and yeah, I thought that Leeds really beat us on that left flank, and it should be something that we should look out for. Maybe Harry Amas needs another loan, and maybe Amas needs another loan to build him up in terms of physicality aspect. And the lot is defensively good. I thought Masuri should have played that game, to be honest, than the lot should have. Yeah, because that game spoke about a team. That game spoke about a right back where we needed a right back to attack up and down the flank. Yeah, from that game against Leeds United, what I thought we will need this season, and hope we will get in the last days of the transfer windows, is a backup left back. As much as I would love for United to get a Casemiro replacement, that game against Leeds United told me that we need a backup left back, and I'm worried about Luke Shaw. Really worried about Luke Shaw, whether Luke Shaw will manage to handle 2 to 3 games a week season, yeah, without a backup in play, because I know Harry Amas could be loaned out, and Harry Amas needs a loan. Diego Leon needs a loan, so we really do need a left back, yeah. And I don't want it to be another time where we bring in a left back from Tottenham on loan, and yeah. So we really do need to go to the transfer market for that. I think I've spoken about that. And then game against PSG, I was impressed about our game against PSG. Second half was quite good. First half we started a bit slow. Against Atletico Madrid, I was pissed off how we conceded that goal against Atletico Madrid. Then the bounce back was good. Yeah, Rosenbach was a full attacking spirit from the youngsters, and that's what amazed me. 5-0 against Rosenbach. Wow, that was a good performance. Wrexham, Wrexham is where I was bored to death by how we were playing, and also I was frustrated that we lost to a cheap goal that we conceded. Yeah, AC Milan's performances is a bit promising for us on our side. AC Milan's performances is a bit promising. They are Al- and Amorim they have not managed to get a win under Amorim 2-2 draw, 1-1 draw against Inter Milan, and a 3-0 smashing under Chelsea. So it hasn't been a good start under Amorim, and I hope we'll be able to hurt them more. The last time AC Milan won a game was back in Serie A, game week 37. Yes. Okay. So head into this game. Sorry, this is one clean sheet. So heading into this game, United has had one clean sheet. We have scored 9 goals, conceded 4 goals, and yeah, so that's an average per game of 1.8, where we score 1 goal per game and concede around 0 to 1 goals per game. As Milan has an average of where they concede 1 goal per game and they score 1 goal per game. Ooh, the code's red. Wow, big up, man. Yeah. No, they couldn't. No, no, no. Yeah, so, and last time, yeah, we met them was back in 2021. So it means that in terms of the statistics speaking wise, it is a game where it could be a 1-0 game or it could be a 1-1 game as well. So for United, who's available, this is United's preseason squad ahead of the AC Milan game. Goalkeeper wise, I think Senny Lamens will start. In terms of defenders, I think Harry Amas will be on the bench. Dogo will be on the bench. Luke Shaw will start obviously. Lenny Yoro. I'm between either Lenny Yoro or and then Heaven starting, either one of those two. But yeah, so I like to have a more physical centre back to start Eden Heaven because of how AC Milan have a physical striker in Marcelo Ramos as well. Then midfielders we have Bruno Fernandes. Haven't been so impressed with Bruno Fernandes' performances. Then the Fletcher brothers should be sold. I don't know why they're still here. They should be sold. And yeah, mhm. Tilsman did impress me on that in that game where he came off the bench for PSG. I think he was rested for the game against Leeds. He should be back for this game. He should be starting for this game. Ahmad has been ever since he came back from the World Cup. He has been on good form. Hopefully, he brings that form against Hull City and in this season. And I think really United has potential to finish above Liverpool if they wanted to. I really do believe we can. Yeah, but we still need more investment into the squad. And also, Liverpool isn't that late as well. Uh, yeah, so and then Marcus Rashford is another guy I did what at the club. I never wanted Marcus Rashford at this club. I would have loved Marcus Rashford not to be at this club, but he's still at this club. In yeah, I'd have loved United to sell someone like Marcus Rashford. Obviously injured for this game, we have Lisandro Martinez. Lisandro Martinez has been having injury time and time over again, and at this point, I'll love for us to get an offer for Lisandro Martinez, and if he keeps getting injuries for the season, then he's a good centre back, but I just want a good centre back that is available for my club. And Nelson Martinez isn't available for my club, so he does need to sell him. Yeah, that's the same way how Liverpool, how Barcelona sold Arajo. That's the same way how Liverpool, how Barcelona sold Arajo, and Arajo wasn't a good quality centre back to them because he wasn't available because of the suspensions, those things to Liverpool. Yeah, so as well, Tom Hitton is injured as well. Yeah, and Mount is out injured until September international break. That another crisis. Injury returns. Sesko. Sesko needs minutes. Yeah, we need Sesko to have minutes in this game. We need Sesko to get at least 90 minutes in this game, or at least push for 90 minutes in this game, so that he can get some feel of football into his legs because he did not go for any World Cup tournament, he did not go for any international tournament. So, yeah, he needs to get minutes into his legs, and I know last time out, yeah, so he needs to get at least start in this game. World Cup returns, we have Rashford. Rashford was there. I remember seeing Rashford when I was watching the game against Leeds United. Rashford was there. Was Kobe Menu is returning for this game. I think he reported for training on Monday after the game against Leeds. He reported for training, and I want Kobe Menu to start, especially in this game, so that I can see how he does against, potentially uh, against Andrew Santos and those how he does with together with partner Andrew Santos. No suspension. Right. So players, AC Milan players who could feature against United in a debutant is yeah, pick up Annie in the chat. Yeah, get the likes up. Yeah, debutant who could feature against United. We have Jancho Ramos. Is Milan's massive 74 million euros arrival from PSG, and is tipped to make his first start. He made a brief appearance off the bench against Chelsea, and he's Ruben Amorim's first man that he asked for when he got into office, and he was signed. And then we have somebody like Mario Giglia. Mario Giglia is a centre back signed from Lazio. He's likely to be thrown into the starting lineup. Yeah. He's likely to be thrown into the starting lineup, especially after the 3-0 smashing and demolition. Also, another one is Kamada. Kamada could also get some minutes in this game, and also Christian Komoto is another midfielder upcoming as well. Kamada is returning from loan, at least. He's a highly rated 18-year-old striker, and he has been a massive focal point in Ruben Amorim's preseason and is expected to be named in a lineup. Maybe not as a starter, but maybe as a coming off the bench kind of player. Same as this Komoto midfielder coming off the bench, but yeah. So obviously, uh, yeah, really. So players for United to look out for, I'll look out for these players in the game against AC Milan. Mbomu has been United's preseason goal scorer, so he has been a focal point in United's preseason. Wow. Okay. And Bruno Fernandes is in terms of assist. Hopefully, I want Bruno Fernandes to get an assist in this game. And Diallo is athletic output from the with and Amadialo and Bomo's interconnection has been a wonder to watch in this game. Cunha, I want Cunha to start this game. I know Cunha didn't manage to start against PSG because of some illness. I wanted also Cunha to start against Leeds as well, but it was due to rotation, he didn't start as well. And Rashford, Rashford could be a shock performer. I don't know why, but I see Rashford as a shock performer against AC Milan. And I put Cunha Sesko here because Sesko is coming back and I want to see how Sesko does in this game. Yeah, so for AC Milan players that we should look out for is the Kamada kid, the Francisco Kamada kid. I know that's preseason, but he could be wanted to make an impressive statement or impression on his manager. So especially off the bench, and then also I know this kid has been loaned out to Lyon, so I don't think he's much worth it anymore. But it is Zakaria Athe Kame as well, and the former Fulham manager, that from Fulham winger that plays for that is from Nigeria, Samuel Chakwezi as well. My preferred lineup for this game, I'll go for a strong lineup, really, a really strong lineup. Goalkeeper, Lemons, left back, Luke Shaw, centre backs, I'll go for Head and Heaven, Maguire, right back, Maswari, I'll drop. I cannot promise you, I know, Annie. Yeah, but right back will be Maswari and CDMs. The reason why I put Santos and Kobe Menu together, reason why I put Santos and Kobe Menu together is because I know those two could be starting this season, especially against Fulham, Hull City, and sometimes. So I want to see in a precision game how the two can work in a precision game before I see them how they can work in an official game. Then Cunha is back, so I want to see Cunha starting. I don't want to see Rashford starting. I want to see Rashford off the bench. Bruno Fernandes should start, obviously, and Diallo should be our right winger on the right wing against AC Milan. And then striker position Mbomu. I know why Mbomu striker position because Sesko is back in terms of minutes, but I doubt. Yeah, I doubt. Yeah, and I know them. I know Annie's. Annie, I'm seeing your comment, but I'm just ignoring those comments. Yeah, so I think yeah, the predicted lineup is really similar. I think the only change I made is Santos out for Tiltman. That's what I think Amorim Carrick will do. Yeah, but United is not that team, and that's the bench, really. Yeah, striker. Scoreline prediction. Scoreline prediction. I'm going for 1-0 scoreline prediction. I think United will beat AC Milan 1-0, and that will end our preseason. It's meant to be preseason. So, in terms of preseason review, 2026 preseason review, players who impressed me this preseason, I'll be honest, Shalesi with his performances early on, he has been impressing me all off the bench as well. Ethan Williams, sad that we sold him off. I thought he will have been a good player to see or to get some minutes off, but especially on the left wing, I thought he could have gotten some minutes in that game, but he did not. But we sold him off. Anyway, I wanted Vitek to stay at United because of I wanted him to be a backup to Laments, to push Laments and to compete with Laments, but our owners decided otherwise to sell him on. Harry Amas, especially that Rosenberg game, impressed me, but against tougher opposition, I can see why he needs another loan. Jaded Camison, I think he's ready for first team football, and he's ready to compete toe to toe with Dalot and Mazwari on that right back position. Also, players like Jacob, players like Jacob Da, players like Jacob Davani and Dos Santos, though he struggled with a weaker partner of Fletcher, but anyway, anyone anyone will struggle with the Fletcher brothers. If 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 your partner is a Fletcher brothers, you struggle with them. I think nothing personal against the Fletcher, Jack and Stella Fletcher, but I don't think they have the DNA of their father, Darren Fletcher. So I think they should be sold off. Mason Mount, yeah, Mason Mount has been playing quite well in preseason until the man decided to get injured against PSG. Tillsman had a good game against PSG. I'd like to see how he does against AC Milan. Yeah. And players who concern me, yeah, watching their games, the Fletcher brothers, Jack and Taylor Fletcher, those two concern me. Patrick Dogo, hasn't, he's not a left winger. I can clearly see he's not a left winger. And I thought his last season form will be posted in the preseason, but he has disappeared in the preseason and he has struggled to find that version of him last season. And that what worries me is will he find himself again ahead of Hull City because we do need him back for that. Luxor, I'm concerned not because of his performances. Yes, I'm concerned because of his performances, but also because of the workload. Last season, he played a 1 to 2 games a week season. This season, he's going to play 2 to 3 games a week season, and with no backup left back, that's what worries me. Is where that's one injury away from uh, emergency. Yeah. Okay, in terms of match sharpness, is also players like Konya, Kobe, Rashford, Sesko. Those guys haven't gotten enough match sharpness ahead of Hull City. That's also another thing didn't that's concerned me. Kobe Minu hasn't gotten much training to understand the new tactics as well ahead of this season. He has been in training for just a week ahead of Hull City, so that's another worry. I think that brings, yeah, so to end that stream off as well, yeah, let me look at the comments. Yeah, big up to the Kwon for your red. Big up to the Kwon. Big up to Annie for committing. Yeah, make sure you smash the subscribe button. Make sure you like the videos. the streams as well. Make sure you like the videos that you're watching from. And yeah, we have posted our La Liga videos, we have posted our Brazil videos, we have posted our championship videos. But for this game, I'll see a 1-0 scoreline from United to win 1-0. And yeah, big up to you guys, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Yeah, I think the other stream is a transfer windows show. Yeah, so big up, and I'll see you guys next day.